Welcome to Still Dripping Happy Hour.
Welcome to episode 164 of the Still Dripping Happy Hour. I'm your host, Mason. On the move tonight, we got Dan the Man.
I don't even know how to podcast anymore. I haven't been
Oh
on this thing in just
it's
so
all right.
long.
We got your own segment in here. Dan doesn't even know what his segment is. If you're joining us on YouTube, please subscribe. You can see my new setup here. Got kicked out of the house. Not really, but the podcast did get kicked out of the house. But hey, look at these new digs. I mean, we got the 75-year Wheaties box over here. We got, we'll have to do like show and tell or something with all this stuff I got back here. I got the basketballs, the USA basketballs, some Goodwill Jordans. Yeah, look at those little baby Jordans. I haven't found anybody to wear these. So if you have probably a girl, because they're purple and pink, size 13C, hit me up.
There you go.
Courtesy of the podcast.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we're trying. I left the podcast pearls inside, so sorry, Aunt Lee. Don't got the podcast pearls this week, but
Next
Dan,
week,
man, how you been?
Oh, just one day at a time, grinding it out, just keeping children alive, trying to keep the wife, who's mostly pregnant. Not mostly, she's very pregnant. Stable and survived, feet up. Lots of studying, lots of work. Just adult stuff.
Yeah, I do know that. Yep, we're in the same boat. Your wife's a little further along than mine, but yeah, we're getting there.
Getting there, one day at a time. I think after watching the Masters this weekend, I might have a new obsession with getting new golf clubs, which financially does not make any sense for me right now. So we're going to try to avoid that for as long as possible, unless I can sell something that is of value from my house and justify the cost. But that might be a new thing I'm getting into, which is very expensive.
Yeah, I got my golf clubs right over here. I don't know if they're any good, but I don't play enough to. It's kind of like what Hayes always says. I don't play enough to have the gear that's top notch. So,
and that's the problem.
Yeah, I really want to get out there and slap the ball around a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Hit the ping, ding the dong. I was able to escape from work 2 weeks ago and went out to the driving range. It was about 10 minutes from the house. A little happy hour special, 100 balls for $9. It's got like the top tracer technology. It's one of those like super janky, really old, putt, and then you walk inside and it's mass chaos, lots of arcades, flashing lights, loud music. And then outside there's just like a pretty normal, fine driving range. That has all like the top tracer technology, as they say in the biz. So you get to see where the ball goes, how far it's carrying, what the spin rate is, all those things.
Wow.
So me with my $150 Wilson clubs that Brooke got me about 6 years ago, just up against the Titleist and the Callaways of the world.
Well, at least you can blame it on the equipment, right?
That's right. Yeah, something like that.
No, it's just because I got a Wilson. These Wilson clubs.
That's right. These suck. If I had yours, it'd be much better.
Yeah, it'd be a different ball game.
Easily. So, that's what's been going on. Nothing else that's too exciting, too flamboyant.
Well, thanks for catching us up. Yeah, we've got a little bit of news. We'll see how far we get into this, but first I wanted to see if you had any more than sneakers moments from this week, or since the last time we talked to you.
More than sneakers moments. I'm trying to think.
But while you're thinking, I've been going back and forth whether I should share my less than sneakers moment from this week. I sent it to the group message.
Yes.
and I don't think this person would ever listen, but like I'm worried if he got an inkling that who cares. So this week at work, my goodness, I was angry, I think, for a little bit. But anyways, so I'm checking my budget app. Just something I do like right when I get to work in the mornings, just check my budget app, look at it all good on the computer. I don't really like looking at it on my phone for some reason. So I'm doing that.
Are we like a nerd wallet man? Or are we what are we doing?
I'm every dollar. I was
dollar.
on Mint,
Okay.
and then Mint closed down, so I went to the Dave Ramsey version.
Mint really screwed everybody over.
I know. I liked Mint.
Like,
I think I like this one better, but it
Yeah.
is a yearly fee. But I got the hookup for
Okay.
this 1 year. But
Okay.
regardless, anyways, I'm looking at that. It's April 15th, so Monday of this week, and guy comes over my shoulder. Oh, you doing your taxes? Like, I don't know how long he's been standing there. Like, I've literally been at work for 10 minutes, maybe. And I just like trying to be as nice as possible. Look at him. It's like, no, I did those like 2 months ago, but I'm just checking my budget. Like trying to say like, why the blank are you looking over my shoulder? Like, do you have a question? Are you just like sitting here? I don't know. I don't remember if he had a question or not, but he's in the middle of buying a house. And so he started into a spiel on savings. Great dude. I was like, why are you standing over my shoulder? I say that the reason I say it's a less than sneakers moment is I sent the group a picture of the Hey Dudes that he had on for the workday. So there's a reason that those are at the bottom of the entire footwear rankings. That story was a piece of it for me.
Hey, dude,
So.
just mind your own business. Hey, dude, check what you're wearing on your feet before you talk to me.
I'm not saying that you can't talk to me. I'm just saying don't look over my shoulder and just be creeping over my shoulder while
I don't know. Those are some of the things that I do miss about working in an office because fully work from home, fully remote. So I just don't get to see the chaos that other people bring into the workplace. There's just numerous stories that just did make my day when people would do all sorts of just bizarre things. We had people who consistently had the light turn off on them in the bathroom because they just sit in the stall for too long.
Oh my god.
We'd have the guys who didn't work with us, who worked at the insurance agency next door, who would brush his teeth like 5 times a day. I would go in there to pee and just at a minimum, this man was in there 2 times in the morning, 2 times in the afternoon.
Wow.
His teeth, they were either the cleanest teeth ever or fully decayed because with the amount of times that he brushed his teeth, there's no in between for this man. Just the people who would be like, "Hey, I'm getting coffee," and fill up their whole cup with cream, and then be like, "Psst," just like little 2-second pour coffee.
Just a little dash. Yeah.
Like, you just wanted cream, dude. You just wanted Reese's flavored coffee creamer. You didn't actually want coffee. Man, do miss some of those good moments.
The Office is it's an interesting place. Speaking of teeth, though, I'm ashamed to say this, but I have my first dentist appointment in like 6 or 7 years coming up next week, and I'm terrified. I already know that I've got a mouthful of cavities. I brush my teeth every day, but that does not stop cavities. Let's be real. Not going to the dentist. I'm gonna pay for it. I've been dreading this day for a long time. It's I think next Monday.
What has been what's been the hey we don't go to the dentist? Is it just hey, I don't like the dentist, I'm just gonna avoid and just brush my teeth?
Well, so I had like braces in college. I don't think that had much to do with it. So I went when I was in college, but my dentist that I never went to like a pediatric dentist. I just went to like where my parents went my whole life, and he closed. Like he retired, and I just never got a new dentist. So I mean, I think I went maybe a place after he retired. Like I kept going to their office because he sold it or whatever. So I went there like a few more times. But then like once I graduated from college, so that was 7 years ago. That was like it.
We used to have a good dentist in Nashville, great dentist. One of my dad's good friends. My parents still go there, it's a whole hubbub. And we asked for some recommendations through some friends here. Got a dentist. This lady hates my guts. I mean, she looks at me, this dental hygienist, and she's like, I got you. You're strapped to this chair, and I'm going to make you bleed. And every time, I mean, she's in there with the floss there at the end, and all the time, we make it 30% through the cleaning, and she's like, well, you could do a little bit better job of flossing, Mr. King. You really could look into that a little bit more. Now, let me show you how to floss. So visually, what you want to do is just on this side, and you want to, get the floss and get it up on their side.
If you're not on YouTube, you gotta see the visuals that we're getting right now.
And then there at the end, you do the scraping. It's incredibly painful. They zing your gums 100 times, and you're bleeding out the wazoo. And then they get the little fluoride on there in the last step. Just the moment of truth is the floss. And I mean, she's just like, you just see her, and she wraps it around her finger, and then she's just like, oh, Mr. King, you're bleeding a lot. And I say, I want to look at her and say, yeah, because I don't actually try to kill myself when I floss my teeth. I had my dentist appointment on Tuesday of this week, and my teeth still hurt. So
yeah, I'm gonna be out for weeks, man.
I think my new tactic going to the dentist office, because I'm not flossing. I'm just not. I'm not gonna do it. I know I'm not gonna do it, and I don't try to do it. So
Fair.
brush teeth first thing in the morning, in the afternoon, or at night. Normal human being stuff. But I've just decided I think I'm gonna start taking ibuprofen right before the dentist appointment to see if
I'm
it helps.
definitely taking it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good point. It might make you bleed more though. Does it? That's I don't know.
Who cares?
It might.
F it. She this time she did know on Tuesday. She was like, "Oh, Mr. King, I will give you some credit. You're bleeding a little less than you typically do." And I was like, "Honey, I haven't changed a thing since the last 6 months when I saw you. Not a thing."
So I occasionally will use like the floss sticks, like the Sardi. But then I heard that those aren't the same as flossing. And then I was like, well that's the only way I'm going to do it. So if you tell me it's not the same, then I'm just not going to do it anymore.
I am waiting to get to the old man status where I just carry a bag of those around in my back jean pocket, and I'm just like pulling them out after every meal. Cereal, cranking. Waffles, cranking. Sandwiches, cranking. Or when you're just like on the way to church, time to floss. There's a handful of times I remember my grandfather just being in the car with him, and he'd be like, "Dorothy, where's my flossers?" And she'd pull them out, and he was just going to town. 20-minute drive, just massaging the gums.
That's how you don't bleed, man.
That's right.
Just keep them floss sticks on you.
Yeah, put them in the Prius. Really upgrade my lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. Amen. All right, you think maybe we should get into sneakers now?
Yeah, 100%.
It's a good 15 minutes about dentistry and catching up. Oh, well, Hayes would be disappointed if we didn't say this episode is brought to you by Still Drippin' Printify store. So go check it out. It hasn't changed in the last couple weeks, but go check that out. All kinds of fun under the sun there. Well, look, we should get some swim trunks or something. Oop. Didn't mean to do that. Laptop's a little farther away.
We need to get in season.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
What's inside the box? That's my shoe in the box.
All right, first up, we got two things in news, and then we'll jump into our game. Kevin Durant, what number is this? 16? 17? One of those two. Going with the Penny Hardaway colorway inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like these. I think these are nice. I feel like all signature shoes have kind of gotten the step up recently. What do you think about these, Dan?
No, I like these. I think these are A plus. I don't know. There's something too about. I mean, it feels like what a 90, like the Vapor Max 97.
You're talking about like the TN or
Yes,
Max
the
TN?
TN. That's right.
Yeah,
So we got a little old school, but
yeah,
also I feel like it's a decent silhouette. Like it's good.
yeah.
I don't hate
I
them.
think it's one of the better KDs. I think
Agreed.
it still ties in. Like it looks like the toe box ties into like his current models with like the almost like a cheetah or leopard
Mm-hmm.
print or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Very
Yes.
subtle.
I like it. I like it
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah. I think it
A
stays
plus.
true to KD for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, not
100%.
much on that one. I just wanted to warm you up, warm you back into the podcast game before we get into your personal segment.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
Next
I'm
up,
gonna need some
I
help.
think this is the first time we've seen something like this. It's Air Force One. With this is supposed to be the goddess of victory, which is Nike. That's what the
Interesting.
little heel picture thing is. I couldn't figure out what it was, to be honest, but apparently it's the goddess of victory. So I don't think we've
Interesting.
ever seen Nike, the Greek, is it Greek goddess, on a shoe, but this
I'm
might be the
still
first
trying
time.
to piece together where this person's head is.
Yeah, I don't really know.
It kind of
Um,
looks like if someone was like, "This is just a rose bush that's dyed and turned brown," I would say yes.
yeah. What is the Nike is the goddess of victory, right? And then it's like something on has to do with Athena as well. I don't know who Athena is, but
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
we'll look that up. I feel like we probably went over that at one point, and probably not.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know. I mean, that it's a fine shoe. It feels like a Drake Old Love New Love. It feels like a
mm,
it's just Air Force One Supreme
yeah. I
or Air
like the
Force One.
mesh on the swoosh and the
Mm-hmm.
tongue.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the shoelaces though. Not a fan.
Yeah. Yeah. And I honestly don't know if the little swoosh on the tongue, the bubble swoosh on the tongue kind of jives with the rest of the shoe. I guess it kind of
Yeah,
ties into the back heel tab, maybe. I don't
yeah,
know.
a little bit,
Interesting,
but
but
it does
not
seem a
my
little
favorite.
modern.
Feels a
I don't
little
know.
off the
Mm,
wall.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Anyways, that's the first. That's enough of that news. This is the moment I've been waiting for. This segment is called Dan Duel, and Dan is going to give, I guess, odds. I'll frame this sneaker news coming up in. I want you to give odds on whatever the question might be, and then we'll
Okay.
dive into some non-sneaker stuff as well. So for example, like what Hayes and I were thinking, we're like, we want you as our betting expert to give us odds on, whether by the end of this year, if I'll stray away from my Nike fandom and buy
Okay.
another brand. So do you have odds on that?
Odds on that. Um, are we in the plus, the minus? What are we? Is that how we're
You can
doing
do
it?
plus minus. You can do
What do you think?
what do I think in terms of
Scoring
odds?
system. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm confused by your question.
So
Am
I
I
mean,
said it? You're asking what my odds are, or
is this like a plus 10,000 situation? Plus
yeah, you
plus
can do that.
100?
Or I mean, yeah, like what?
Plus-
What's the ratio? 10 to 1 is plus 1,000, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right.
So you could go either way. 10 to 1 plus 1,000, however you
I
want.
I think the odds are bad for you to be going averting your gaze from Nike or Jordan by the end of this year. We only have 8 more months out of this year, really 7.5. And I don't see, I haven't been on the podcast in, I don't know, probably 3 months, but I'm betting, knowing you as a human, this year is not going to be the year that
Oh,
switches
okay.
things up.
All right.
So 10 to 1, I'm going 10,000 to 1 on this. Plus 10,000. You put $1 in, you're getting 10,000 back.
Wow. Wow. All right. You could
You put
make some big
$1 in, you
money
get
there.
1,000 back. Is that right? That's right.
That sounds right. I'd have to have it in front of me to see.
Mm.
All right. Well, I went too soon. Let me play the little AI video that was generated here.
Welcome to Dan Duel, where I, Dan the Man, give out the best odds on everyday life.
Oh, that turned out way better than I thought. That was such a great video. All right, let's see. I'll think of some questions here. All right. Odds that any of our listeners or previous guests could name what sport each of these people are involved with.
Ooh, I like this game.
Right now, we're
Um,
looking at the Nike Air Max like Future shoes. It was not Air Max, but the Air. What was that? Like a conference or a?
Yeah, it was something in Paris or
Yeah, for the upcoming
something.
Olympics, they put together a futures display. I'm not really sure what it's called,
I
but
mean,
we've got some very wild looking shoes.
I
Here.
understand what they were trying to get at, and I'm not
Yeah,
going to say these don't look cool, but these also look like they're for the Paralympics. I mean, I don't know what these I feel like I'm decently well versed in
yeah.
sports and what people wear to play sports. And we have high heels. We have
We got some
things that
wild
look like a
things on here.
prosthetic foot that could
Mm-hmm.
really elevate
Some
your
Blade
running
Runners.
abilities. Yeah, we've got some grape smashers down in the bottom left corner. I mean, you can make wine with those things. There's all sorts of them. The odds of people guessing these correctly,
We can
given my
get
ability to not understand what some of these are for, I think the odds are low. I mean, we're probably not at plus 10,000, we're probably at plus 5,000 on these. That all of our guests can guess
5,000.
these correctly.
Yeah, but we can get what Mbappe. I mean, that does not look like a soccer shoe, but he's a soccer
Yes.
athlete. Asia Wilson's basketball. Wembanyama's basketball. Richardson is track, and that's all I got. I'm
Can you imagine running in those?
the
Your foot would be broken.
the track ones. Any
Yeah,
of them.
100%.
The basketball ones are the only ones I think, and Ray Benjamin's the grape smashers. You could wear those. Faith up at the top and top left. You could wear those. I don't know
I'm-
what the Dina ones are. The ones in the top middle. I
Uh-huh.
don't know what those are. I can't figure out if that's if you're
it's like
going half barefoot.
That's like a high heel. You're going out to town.
Yeah. I think Eliud has got to be a marathoner with that thing, and
Yeah.
Ray Benjamin has to be a marathoner with those grape smashers.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
But I would like, I mean, they look like they were real products that were sitting out there. I would
yeah,
I'd love to get them in hand and just look at them and see their quality of craftsmanship and like what materials they're made out of.
yeah.
But when I saw
They
these,
look crazy.
my mind was blown.
Yeah. All
So,
right. So
odds
5,000
plus
to 1
5,000.
that any of our listeners could name what sport each of these players play. Yeah, that's pretty good odds. I don't think I would take that bet though. I don't
No.
think anybody could hit those. All right, next up on your Dan Duel, you sent these
man.
in.
Yes.
Odds that Dan would buy these at a price tag, any of these at a price tag of $300. Too high?
Oh.
Or I guess name your new way. Name your over under on price where you think these will be.
I would love for these to be in like the ones that really get me excited are the Pegasus Premium. I saw those and I was like, that is the next shoe I'm buying. I mean, they just look
Is that the ones on
awesome.
the top left?
No, they're not pictured here.
Oh, okay.
But they look elite. And I am going to be buying them no matter what they cost, which
Wow.
probably should start saving my shekels now. Um, I just think they're really cool looking. The Pegasus get me excited. The rest of these, like top left, I have just turned into just a normal everyday dad, so those probably should be in the rotation.
They look pretty
Probably
comfy.
buying,
They
I'm probably
react.
buying those around 150 to 170, 150, 170, but love for those to hit the clearance store for $80. You know?
Yeah.
And the rest, take it or leave it. I'd go for those basketball pairs, but I'm probably not going to pay retail for a pair of basketball shoes I hoop in twice a month.
Yeah. That's fair.
I love this lineup though. This got me re-excited about sneakers this week.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'll have to look up the Pegasus pairs. I like the colorways. The colorways are subtle, but
Yes.
still pretty cool. I think if
agree.
that's like a Paris pack or
Mhm.
Olympics Paris, I guess the theory behind it being a Paris pack is it's not a USA. It's just all athletes of Olympics.
Understood.
I don't know if orange and blue is like Paris colors or something. I wouldn't think it would be, but
This,
I don't know.
if
Maybe they
if
just
y'all are
wanted to.
listening or watching, do just while you're oogly googling, type in the Pegasus Premium. They just look awesome. Like I love the way they look.
Trying to find them. I'm not doing a great job. Nike Air Pegasus Premium. I'm pulling it up here. Oh,
They're
with
just
the air throughout the whole shoe.
Yeah, they're just money. The top, the mesh on the top, it looks so good. The
Oh, this is the only
materials,
picture I can get.
yeah, they're sick.
But yeah, they look pretty good. I think I would like the React more, but that definitely looks like a dad shoe with the all white.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the React comfort level wise is gonna trump it easily. But
All right.
these excited. So over under Daniel buying a pair of these in the pack. We're at minus 500, so this is a very bad bet to take if you're on the
Minus
opposite side,
500.
unless you're
Wow.
Daniel.
Okay. I don't know what I don't remember what's next, so let's just keep going. Oh, give me odds that Hayes is going to buy something from this Supreme Nike, or odds that next time we're on the podcast, Hayes loves this Supreme Nike stuff.
Oof, these this is gonna be tough because I see this as a pick 'em 50-50.
Yeah.
I could see him being like, this is, he could drop bills on this, or he could say, this is the dumbest, ugliest, laziest thing I've ever seen Supreme and Nike put out.
Yeah.
Um,
It's one of those that he's like, well, I'm not going to buy it, but it is something. I could see him wearing one of those bucket hat. Yeah.
Yeah, the bucket hat has his name on it. And is it corduroy?
I don't
can't tell.
think so.
I could see him easily pulling the trigger on that. So
Yeah.
bucket hat minus 150, everything else plus 200.
I'd love for Hayes to rock one of those like polo shirts that's like got see-through panels on it. That'd be fantastic.
To his government established work.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I'm not sure we have any more, but we've had a new segment that we've been doing the past 3 or 4 weeks, Dan. It's called, you're going to like this one, Sneaker Sommeliers. So we look at a new, usually we try to find a new silhouette and see what has inspired this, what notes we're picking up from other shoes, stuff like that. So
I like this.
this is our Sneaker Sommelier segment. Let's get into it. Oh, we got the Luka 3 coming out. We just saw these yesterday, I believe. So
Some
you
people
picking
have
up any
seen them for the
notes?
first time.
All right. I'll give you a second to kind of taste it, swash it around in your mouth.
The top kind of looks like the Hyper Adapt, like that top view,
The Hyper Adapt?
the
Which ones were
self-lacing,
those?
the self-lacing
Oh,
ones.
yeah, it does with the fat laces. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I see exactly what you're
A
saying.
little bit of fat laces.
Yeah. I thought
Yeah,
the
just kind of.
oh, go ahead. You finish.
No, it just kind of looks similar. At least the material does, especially around the
Mm-hmm.
toe box and the laces. Kind of looks like maybe it's the Adapt BB or something. I
Adapt
don't know.
VB. Yeah, the basketball version of those.
Just
Yeah.
kind of like a fat toe box. Not in a bad way. Just
Yeah.
reminds me of that.
I can totally see that. The colorways on these are weird. Like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we get the weird colorways first? Like, that white one looks like a women's. Well, they both kind of look like a women's colorway.
Yeah, the white one makes a little bit more sense to me, like in how they did the color blocking, like right there on the midfoot, as opposed
Mm-hmm.
to the
Yeah.
Drug 421, where it just looks like they put a plastic shroud around the entire shoe. And
Yeah,
it looks a little cheap.
I agree. I'm picking up heavy notes of the newest Nocta that came, the hot step.
Mm-hmm.
That all orange one that we saw, especially the view from the side on the white one.
Yeah.
It's definitely giving me those vibes. The black one is like what are those shoes that Hayes had as lake shoes? They're like Hyperposit or something, Flight
Yeah.
Posit.
Yeah.
One of those posits. A lot of plastic on this shoe, it looks like,
Mm-hmm.
which is surprising to me.
Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, it also has a little bit of Puma in it, doesn't it?
A little bit of Puma, a little bit of Chris Paul in there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a good shoe, I don't think.
If someone told me that took the Jordan logo off, I would probably guess that these were like the upgraded Puma LaMelo Ball.
That's
Just kind of
fair.
like mid to low cut, just very similar silhouette in my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Luka, but this isn't it. Why can Jordan just not get a player shoe correct? I mean, the Luka one was good, I guess.
Yeah, they got a tough road ahead of them, trying to get back on track with their signature athletes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be. It feels like Nike basketball's finally turned itself around a little bit. So
I
let's get
agree.
Jordan
I
on the
think
same boat.
Yeah, I think we've gotten some really good silhouettes over the past. I mean, Adidas is doing pretty well too. I like the Ant one. I'm trying to think if there's any other Adidas. I'm not sure that there's any other Adidas that I really like. Who else has a signature shoe with them? Like Derrick Rose still have one? I don't think so. Dame has one. Harden. The Hardens have grown on me. I'll be honest. That's a weird shoe, but it doesn't look bad to me. I think it looks okay.
Maybe some increased likes.
Maybe.
Increased likes from the boys.
All right, let's see what's next on our sneaker sommeliers. We saw the Giannis. I think this is number 6. The Giannis 6 coming out.
What is going on with this shoe? This is like the wine that you get from Trader Joe's, the $3 chuck. It's just like, did we put any effort into this? No. All right, sell it for $3. all right, people will buy it because it's cheap.
I
This
mean,
shoe looks. I mean, I understand that this picture was probably taken by a Chinese factory worker undercover after they'd work a 30-hour shift. So I don't blame that, but I don't understand what's going on with this shoe from this viewpoint.
right. Yeah, it's unfortunate that this is the leak that we got because it's just really bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Yeah. Let's blame the leaker. Bad photo.
yeah,
Yeah. This
yeah,
is on them for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, not exactly. But we got, I guess this is a rose bush colorway. We got thorns wrapping the swoosh. Um,
There's too much
I
going
mean,
on in the toe box. It just kind of makes you look like your foot's bleeding.
yeah,
And it
yeah,
looks a
it
little,
does.
it looks veiny. It doesn't look rosy, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll say, going off that, it does look very picking up some strong Kurt Schilling bloody sock vibes on this one. Along with it looks like they kind of smashed the Giannis 5 or the
Mm,
Greek Freak 5. What, I don't
mm.
know what they call this shoe. Greek Freak 5, maybe? The Freak 5? I don't know. The Freak 5 with the LeBron 20, the one that had the double swoosh on it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
kind of looks like a similar shape. But then you've got the swoosh like going to the sole again. Not as much as the number 5, because that one was really bad. I thought that was a terrible shoe. Around the ankle or the collar, it looks real fat on the heel.
Mm-hmm. A
Don't
little
know
Ja
what that reminds me
Morant-esque,
of.
Ja
Yeah.
Morant-esque around kind of like the heel, just a thick boy
Yeah,
backing that
thick
dump
boy.
truck up. Do you think that maybe this shoe contributed to Giannis's injury the other night? Like maybe he was like testing it out on the court and things just got a little loosey goosey, and then next thing you know, he's playing in a game the next night, and bam, he's out.
I mean, it could have been. I don't know. I think this
People are
has some.
saying that's what I heard. I don't know.
Would this really hurt or help your Achilles? I'm not sure, because that is a big old bumper right on the Achilles, as you say, a big old dump truck right on the
That
Achilles.
dumb truck don't know when to stop.
Oh,
Yeah, I
all
think
right.
it's
So
yeah.
recapping,
I
we got
mean,
LeBron 20, we got
mm-hmm,
Kurt Schilling bloody sock,
mm-hmm,
John Morant,
yeah.
Giannis 5. So
I think we just need a new colorway all around in this shoe. Just give me
yeah,
like a black and white Oreo, university blue with some white. Do something that's just normal.
yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't do all the. Is
Chaos.
this like a?
Oh,
Looks like, I
this
mean, it's a
reminds
rose
me.
bush, but it's like an Easter, like Jesus crown of thorns or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's an odd
This
color.
reminds me of the Kyrie 3 Chinese New Year's.
I have to
Which
look
were
those up.
actually the Kyrie 3 Samurais. Very similar kind of take ish kind of. More in the design, more in the
Okay.
colorway and how
Yeah, I
things
see
are laid
which
out in that
ones.
way. Not
Yeah,
as much in the design, if that makes sense.
yeah, I see what you're talking about there. That's what you're talking about, right?
That's right, that's right. I
Okay.
bought those bad boys they were released on Christmas Day when I was sitting in my parents' house and turned around and flipped them for a cool $100 profit
Nice. Have you bought
back
anything
in
recently? You got any recent pickups?
2016. I've been trying a lot. I feel like I don't know how you tell if you've been shadow banned. I'm not entirely sure what shadow banned means, but I feel like I'm shadow banned on sneakers because
Yeah.
I've been trying for everything just to see if I can get it. I've just been
Mm-hmm.
trying just to see and keep getting the emails that say, "We're so sorry. Thanks for trying. Try again
Yep.
next time."
Yeah, I'm trying
So,
to think of what shoes I got, and I feel like they do like put a 6-month like halt on you if you
yeah.
get some and return them to the store
Oof. Yeah.
or you
Yeah.
return them back. I think that's what hit me. I don't
Mm.
remember. I'd have to look back at what I won, and I was like going back and forth whether I keep them or not. And just didn't love them. Oh, I should have kept them. I should have given them to Hayes. The Slim and Huskies.
The T. Yeah,
I
yeah,
won
yeah.
those. Hit those. Those were fairly easy, I thought, to hit. But I took them back to the store, and I think they dinged me on it.
The past few that I've tried for, I even tried the scratch off the other day of the SB Dunk.
Mm-hmm.
I tried for all the Kobe's, negative on that. It was the exclusive access of the
Oh,
SB
the
Dunk.
military blue. Oh,
It was like the Paris colorway or I don't know exactly. It was one of
yeah,
those
the
where
ones
you
that
tear off the first
tear
layer,
off.
and
Yeah,
that's right. Tried for the trophy rooms, tried for the Kobe 8s in February. Just nothing.
yeah. Well, nobody got the trophy rooms. Let's be honest. We
That's
know
right.
what happened with those.
That's what always
It's well
happens.
documented. Yeah,
But
did you get on the shock drop for the military blue 4s?
no, I did see that come through, but I never ended up trying.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that hit those.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe demand is going down. Maybe demand is going up and supply is going down. Maybe supply is going up and demand is going down. You just never know. But I'm not hitting on anything right now.
Yeah, I really wanted, and I think they still have them. Former intern Bodie has to get those Bodie wreck. Can you see those? They say
Oh
Bodie on
yeah.
the tongue.
Oh yeah.
How dope would that be? If you don't spend 160 on that Bodie, I'm calling you out. I don't know if I can zoom in enough.
Must
I
cop,
mean,
must buy.
it's a clean shoe too. Like, I don't hate it. I wouldn't wear
Yeah.
Bodie's name on my shoe just because I know a Bodie though. See that? Right on the
I like
tongue
it.
right there.
I mean, you could dress those up. You can dress them down.
Yeah, it's a clean shoe.
It's a clean shoe. Clean
Shout out to
mean.
Bodie.
Clean mean dressing machine. So I've been trying. Just no luck here.
All right. Well, let's jump back in. We got, I think, one more for the sneaker sommeliers. We got the Jordan Deja sandal, black and metallic gold. I've never seen these before. The way it came through on the article was like another colorway. I was like, there's been other colorways of this. Like, what
This is hideous.
that one?
This is
One of the guys that was whipping Jesus. One of the Romans probably wore these.
this is a Tiva, depending on where you grow up. This is a Teva with a little bit of four-wheel drive action in the back with some Crocs, and then the ISPA crazy looking shoes that Nike makes bottom right there.
It's a good call.
The little
I was
nurgles
trying
right
to
there.
figure out that bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, ISPA is right because I was thinking something like a 13.
Yeah.
Or no, 13? Am I? Yeah, 13. But I knew that wasn't right.
True, but I mean, close.
ISPA is a lot closer.
Man,
You got some real traction on these.
These ISPA shoes, there is a thought in my mind that thinks maybe I should just buy these and ship them to the house and see what they look like. This is everyone Google Nike ISPA Link Access. They're 39% off on Nike's website, and they're still $180. I mean, these things are unreal.
It's a funky one. It
But
looks
the
kind of
bottom,
crazy.
it looks like you would be floating on clouds. I mean, this is like On Cloud and
Yeah.
Boost and Air Max all together.
Oh yeah.
So maybe we're missing out on the greatest.
I mean,
comfort
hey,
shoe of all.
these look way better than those Air Max Scorpion, or what is that one called? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yes.
I saw somebody in the wild with those on. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe
that's
it.
a deal.
It was like, I feel like you could really hurt yourself in those shoes. It doesn't seem like they're balanced. It seems like you're literally walking on an uneven bubble.
Scorpions, big deal. Big deal in the end, as they say. We got a lot of Scorpions. We got a lot of Air Max, Vapor Max. We got a lot of air under those toes here in the end. And people love it. I mean, you can't go to Home Depot and not see a pair of Vapor Max Air Max 97s. You
Mm.
can't go to Chick-fil-A, someone wearing the Scorpions. It's just a wild deal.
Those Scorpions, man. Every time I see them, I don't believe them. That's just the most odd shoe.
I want to
And
know
it, for
too,
not
like,
for it not to be a collab is just asinine.
and like what was the designer thinking? Like, did they go to bed when they finished this design? Like the night they finished it, and they're like, "I've created the best shoe in the world," or were they like, "Man, frick, I suck. Like, I
Yeah.
hate that everyone accepted this as the shoe, and now it's moving to production."
Yeah. It was like one of those that he's like, well, I got to have a new design in by Monday. Let me just, what about an Air Max Max Max? Let's do that. He's like, this was not supposed to get accepted.
Like, no, not the production.
Please don't put
Yeah.
my name on those.
Please.
That's-
Yeah, that's
oh.
tough.
Yeah, man. That's a good question. Like, what is, like, when those people make a terrible design, was it just because they had to get, like, like those toy inventors in the movies that they're like, we got to have 40,000 toys ideas this year. We don't care if they're bad. We just need 40,000 ideas.
Need the ideas.
That's one of
Yeah.
those shoes.
It's just a bunch of elves working at Nike trying to come up with new ideas.
They're $150 to $250.
That's $125 more than I would spend. I think I would buy them as like a joke pair of shoes to like wear them while I mow the grass for like $30.
Yeah, they're like those shoes that people used to wear because it was gonna make them dunk. Like the big things on their toes.
Oh yeah,
God,
yeah.
that's
Pulse,
terrible, man.
They should have called these like the pulse incinerators or something to really just give it an extra oomph. People
Yeah,
be like, "Man,
Scorpion
you got-"
really doesn't do it justice. Like, it does not
No,
look like a scorpion to me.
no. It's kind of like a beached whale, you know, if anything, just on your foot.
I mean, look at the bottom looks like inappropriate.
Yeah, there's a lot going on down there.
Yeah, I'm not.
You just think too, I mean, you got to think some dumbass went out there and started hiking in those, like, hey, I got, and just like broke their ankle in the first 30 seconds of walking
Oh
the
yeah,
trailhead.
these are for sure ankle breakers. Yeah,
Like, hey,
100%.
these are gonna get me to the top. They're gonna be comfortable. They're gonna be stable. 5 seconds later, just off the cliff.
Whew. Well, as Hayes says, any shoe you can get from Amazon and have it overnighted is not a good shoe you should buy. So you can get those overnighted, believe it or not. And I think back to we got way off topic. So our Deja sandals, like what is the gold on this shoe? Break this shoe down for our listeners, Dan. Just real quick before we go.
An ISPA midsole, outsole combination, all black. This is basically all black everything. Think about, just in your mind's eye, someone who's wearing a Croc going on a heater, 4-wheel drive mode, got a black strap, got some gold little inglets, rivets, tying in that strap with just gold Jordan written across the top
It's
strap.
very Roman. The font is very Roman to
Yeah,
me.
it is. It's very Romanesque. It's very toga party-y. Like
Oh, these are
you
perfect at a toga party.
I feel like this is hot girl summer kind of thing where they're gonna be just wearing booty shorts and they're gonna turn around and you're gonna be like, huh? But like they're gonna be wearing those shades that all those girls wear now that make your eyes look like you're a I don't know. I was gonna say something that I'm glad I didn't say. Make your eyes just real, you know, elongated and weird looking and lots of red lipstick. Just a lot of weird things going on with this shoe. I envision. The city streets of Miami will be popping off with
Oh
these on
yeah.
a Saturday night.
Oh yeah. The city
Clubbing, just like all sorts of weird
South
things.
Beach.
Mm. Yeah. What a weird place.
I appreciate your insight on those, Dan.
Yeah. I'm sure the listeners do too.
Yeah. That's all I've got for any type of news. So hey, we got 51 minutes in there. A lighter
so.
news segment, but we played a few games. I
Mm-hmm.
think the games is going to be fun.
I think
I
we
did
can. I'm
want-
gonna do some brainstorming on our odds betting, so it's probably a little smoother for us and a little better for our listeners.
Yeah. I'll send you some, even if you can't make the pod. Maybe I'll have you just send me a recording of yourself.
Deal.
And we'll give you. I think going forward we'll do. I mean, it's really out of sports season, but we'll give you some sports lines that you can do,
Yes.
and so I guess NBA playoffs we can do NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, and
Yes.
we'll let you give us your best picks of the week, and then
I
we'll
think I'm
throw
gonna
in
get.
some non-sports as well.
I think I'm gonna go balls to the walls on Preds this for NHL. I
Really?
mean, Grizz are obviously big out. They just suck dodo birds all year long. But I'm gonna jump on that bread train hard starting
Okay.
this week, right?
Yeah. I think
Next
I don't
week?
know when it kicks off. Yeah, it starts maybe next week.
So big time.
Yeah.
We're hardcore Preds fans for the next 2.5 months.
Oh yeah, playoff Preds fans for sure.
Yes, big time.
All right, trying to think any other news. Jonte Porter, speaking of betting, banned for life in the NBA. He bet on
Tough
himself.
scene. Blake Griffin.
Reportedly only made 21 grand betting on his unders, or not his unders, but betting against his team. I don't know. Can you imagine risking your what? I don't know how much it said. He made like 2.1 million or something in the NBA for 21 grand. That'd be like me. I'm not going to do an exact, but if I was like, oh, I know something at where I work, I'm in an insider trade to get 70 extra dollars and then get fired for it. Banned for life in my industry.
That's like my younger brother trying to put him and his roommates at odds over $25 increase in rent. Like, hey, I might potentially lose $700 to win $25 a month. Really? You're interested in that? Yeah, that's a wild deal. I mean, you think, yeah. It's just bad all around.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you get to play a kid's game for a living. Just be happy with that. Make your money that way.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin retirement, big deal.
Blake Griffin retirement. One of my favorite shirts in NBA history is the shirt. Don't know if I can find it. The shirt that says something about leaders of change or something, and it has like Gandhi and Barack Obama and all these people, Nelson Mandela and Blake Griffin is on it because he came back to the Clippers. It's like what a guy. What a world leader.
I think too some of the sneakiest, coolest Nike basketball shoes that don't get talked about were his Hyperdunk line that he had in 2011 and 2012. The 2011 pair that was all orange that had the cracked elephant print
Oh,
midsole that
yeah.
looked like lava. I think it came in like a special box. I think they glue. I think they glowed in the dark. I mean, it was just
Oh.
like Just if you have your hands on a pair of those, you're a lucky man or woman because those things are just cool. They're cool looking.
Yeah.
And they were
Yeah.
perfect for the
I
time
mean,
too.
he got a lot of cool shoes. I mean,
He
not
did.
as
Yes.
I guess he's a signature athlete without a signature shoe because
Yeah.
he got every Jordan that was like the new one. I remember he
That's
had
right.
like the Marvin the Martian stuff when he was
Yes.
doing the dunk contest and
Yeah. That's right.
um
Blake Griffin has
so
also played a key part in my life because he was fully on board with Pardon My Take at the very early stages of it, and I haven't missed a Pardon My Take episode in 7.5 years, and I'm not proud of it,
holy moly.
but it is something that I've listened to religiously.
Wow.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
great.
that is very impressive.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm
every
trying to
Monday,
look up
Wednesday,
this
and
shirt.
Friday is the first thing I think about when I wake up on Monday and Wednesday and on Friday. When Big Cat and PFT die, I'm just gonna be like, all right, I don't know. What do I laugh at now? What's funny? I don't know.
That was funny. Oh, here we go. What's this say? Pioneers is what the shirt says. And we've got JFK, MLK, Muhammad Ali, Nelson Mandela, Albert Einstein, Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln. Did I say Obama already? And Blake Griffin. There's your shirt.
Man,
What a pioneer Blake Griffin is, man.
where do you buy that shirt? Can we put that on the Still Drippin' store?
Yeah. Oh, maybe we should. Maybe we should do a remake of that. Like,
Just a little
put our
bootleg.
faces with like
That's
Malcolm X and
right. Pioneers. I'd love that. I would wear that shirt. Or do a little coffee mug with that on it. That'd
oh
be great.
yeah, we could definitely mass produce this. This is this picture. So I think it was a free shirt that the Clippers gave out. They didn't never sell it, but this is just some random website, so they're selling it. So we could definitely sell it.
Okay.
I'll try to mock one up.
I'm in. That might be the first Still Drippin' purchase I make right there.
Yeah. All right.
Also,
Oh, go
similar
ahead.
parallel news, Mark Cuban's paying his taxes for this year. So we can all celebrate that. Mark Cuban, what a great man you are for paying your $285 million of taxes. I would love to get 1/100th of that in my bank account if you ever feel the desire to do so. And I think I'd be set for life. So
Yeah, I'm with you. Did you see the Boban news over the weekend?
I did not.
So I'm gonna reference one of our earliest episodes. Boban was on one of my sneaker brand teams, but this weekend I think he was. So he used to play for the Clippers. He plays for the Rockets now. They were in LA, and the Clippers have a promo from Chick-fil-A that you get free Chick-fil-A if an opposing player misses 2 free throws in a row. So Boban got up to the free throw line in the fourth quarter. It was a blowout. He missed the first one. And so the fans started chanting, "We want chicken," or whatever. He literally looks at the fans. He's like, "I got you. I got you." And bricks the next free throw on purpose and like waves to the crowd and gives them all free Chick-fil-A. The announcers were going nuts saying like, "What a man of the people," and giving up his one free. He's a pretty decent free throw shooter. And man, what a man of the people. That is why my sneaker brand was elite. We've got the man of the people, Boban.
You foretold the future before the future was here.
Yeah. I mean,
You
he's
are
an
the future.
actor. He's gonna be around longer than most bench squad NBA players. So
I love that.
um
Do we need to do we feel like I'm also speaking only from what is talked about on Pardon My Take, so factually most of my NBA references are probably incorrect. Um, but do we feel like Chris Paul was contributing to their loss the other night? I mean, he was a contributing factor, right? He just can't make it to the
yeah.
playoffs. He
And
just can't make it.
I think it was hilarious that the NBA put Scott Foster on his game. I mean, what the ultimate troll job for Chris Paul is Scott Foster. He's like never won a game with him as a ref or something. That's way out of context, or not out of context. That's way out of reality. But it feels like whenever Scott Foster is there, that is like the headline matchup. Chris Paul, Scott Foster. Like Chris Paul's never gonna win against that. And yeah, I mean
he didn't.
No, he got to the. Isn't it crazy that like the Suns, he got them to the NBA Finals, and they did like now they have Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant, and they're not even going to sniff the finals this year. At least I don't think so. I mean, they could, but that was Chris Paul's only chance.
I mean, to think about too, like, how old is Chris Paul? 30.
Oh, he's got to be at 38, 37, 38, something like that.
I mean, he's one of those guys that I feel like I came out of the womb and he was playing, and he's still playing.
Yeah.
Like, he is Tom Brady-esque. Like, he just doesn't. Like,
we'd be talking about it a lot more if LeBron wasn't still like one of the best players in the game.
Yeah. 100%.
It's unfortunate for Chris Paul, but
yeah. Like, I feel like Blake Griffin went out like when he was supposed to. Like, I wasn't anticipating Blake Griffin retiring by any means. I mean, I guess I don't anticipate a lot of those things, but I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, he's made $283 million, and you know he knows it's probably just done. He wasn't going to sign for a team just to play in the playoffs and try to win a championship just to win a championship. It's like, all right, yeah, it's probably just done. Makes sense.
Yeah,
feels about right.
Man, I bet his knees feel about like mine.
Dude.
The way he could jump, man, I hurt my knee. My old story of the day. I hurt my knee. Don't think I'm going to play basketball in the morning because I was walking down the stairs at work. Ooh. That's it. That's it. I didn't fall.
Sneak up on you.
Just got a little right knee pain because I went down the stairs too fast. I usually go down the stairs very, very slow because I know that can happen. And I hurt my other knee that way before. But man, I'm supposed to be like in my prime. Like 29 is like an athlete's like later prime, I think.
Yeah. 26 is when you peak, and then you can like kind of level out, and then you just go downhill after that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on the precipice of 30, so
that's right.
It's no more runs for me. It's just walking. I think that's what they say at 30. I know they say it at 50, but might as well be 30. I'm excited for 30s, but enough about that.
My number one goal when I'm 60 plus is to be deadlifting my max deadlift and just be sprinting around the neighborhood with like a 60-pound weight vest on. Just like, hey guys.
Why would you want to do that? That sounds terrible.
I just want to be in like, when I retire, I think I'm not going to turn into a bodybuilder. That sounds horrendous, but I do think I'm going to wake up and be like, I'm going to bike 100 miles, and then I'm going to run 10 miles, and then I'm going to lift just an insane amount of weight at the local YMCA, and then just drink coffee in the afternoon and be like, I got my 6 hours of productivity done today. Let's go work on the yard. It just sounds great.
Are you gonna be like in a singlet?
No. I think if I do go like singlet route, I do think I'll have to go like to the extreme of like I'm doing this and people know I'm doing it because it's funny. Like
you want it to be serious.
Yeah.
You want it to be serious. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, that's
life dreams. So.
Okay. I'm not sure about that one.
We'll see.
When I get to, I'm sure I'll do something when I'm 65, but I'm with you. It's like they in the hospital world they call it PRN. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna like get like 4 hours of work a day and then just go sit. See, the problem is there's not sports on all day. So unless I want to become like an amateur or semi-pro tennis fan, which I don't foresee happening in my future, and bet on that all day and just waste my retirement. I think I would have to do something like during the day and then just come home, take a nap, and then watch the basketball until like midnight. and then
You're gonna be
go to sleep.
sneaky loaded though as a retiree. You're gonna be sitting on like 15 mil just in your lazy boy.
That'd be nice. I
Just
hope
like
so.
just DoorDash and McDonald's straight to your house via freaking drone strike. And you're just gonna be like, yeah, guys, went and played basketball for a couple hours this morning. Got a little bit of work done.
Oh man, there's
It's
an
basketball
OG at the rec center behind our house that he's there both mornings of the week that I'm there. He's there.
And
He's
he's
oh,
just like
he's
a
an
big guy.
old cat.
And
What?
I think too, once you go past the age of like legitimately, probably once you go past the age of 35, I feel like you just turn into like a brick on the basketball court. Like when
Yeah,
you run into someone as a 21-year-old who is like 41, you feel like you got hit by a train. And they aren't even like that much. I'm not saying like they're fat. They're just like something
solid.
happens.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. You
I
run
agree.
into a brick wall.
I agree. We are both not large, broad-shouldered in stature,
Correct.
so
Correct.
yeah, I pick up what you're putting down. There's a
You
lot of
just like,
times that I'll just run into somebody's arm.
yeah.
Like,
It's
where'd
just
that come from? How'd that knock me back?
some of the best hits in basketball are when you get hit and you get hit in such a way, and this happened to me a lot during high school, your entire back would crack just down your spine. That was elite. That was one of those times where I was like, I don't care if I made the shot or not. Like I got up and I felt great because my entire spine just snapped in half. I love when that happens. It happens very
okay.
rarely though.
Yeah, I'm not even going in the lane anymore. But anyways, this old guy, he's over 75 for sure.
Oof.
He's a frail one though. He's not a
Oof.
brick. He's a frail little man, and he's got to be. I think he counts his shots. I think he's like that legit on it every single morning. He's wearing his high water sweatpants with his Solomons. It actually could be Landon in 50 years.
It's actually Landon now. He's just
Yeah.
dressing up like that every morning.
Yeah, but his shirt, he's always wearing blue. So he's got the blue pants on, matching the Solomons. I tried to get a picture of him the other day, but I kind of felt creepy, so I didn't. I'll try to get one for the pod though.
You ever afraid you're gonna like take his head off since he's frail?
Oh yeah, I get real scared shooting on that side of the court. He doesn't play pickup; he just shoots around on the other side of the court.
Fair enough.
But I am scared that every time I shoot, like to warm up on that side or anything.
So this man is like
gotta make
utilizing basketball like old men utilize golf. I mean, he's into it.
Yeah, he's like,
He's hitting the gym to get his shots in.
Yeah, it's like 6
Man.
6 a.m., 5:45, 6
That's
a.m. every
elite.
morning.
This man, I bet he has some stories to tell. You get him around a bonfire.
I bet.
Boy,
Oh yeah,
boy.
yeah. He was like all conference 1950 or something.
My newest thing too, and we need to wrap this up, but one of my newer things is just finding people at church that are old and asking them to lunch. And
That's awesome. I've always wanted to do that, but I'm way too scared.
Well,
I'm not scared, but
we
awkward.
sit in the same area. We sat in the same front left for the last like 6 years. And so we see the same people all the time. And I was like, well, it's all these old people that are up here. There's not really any young families up here. Let's just start asking them to lunch. So I go to my first lunch with an old man next week. And this man, I was like, hey, you want to grab lunch? He was like, sure, I'd love to. I went to his daughter's birthday party probably like a year and a half ago. And
how old is his daughter?
She's like 20. She's probably our age. She's probably like 29, 30.
Okay.
She's 31. Yeah, she's
he's
31.
not.
So he's like,
he's not
no, he's not
that.
like
He's
super old. There's like an 84-year-old I'm trying to wrangle, but he's he's forgotten his phone the last couple of times, and then he doesn't remember his number, so we haven't really connected.
You're never
quite
going to
yet.
lunch with that guy.
Yeah, quite possibly not. But anyways, lunch, hey, just a weekday kind of deal. I'm thinking not Applebee's, but Applebee's-esque. Something quick, something easy, nukes, something that's easy. Chipotle. Maybe we can step it up and go to like Central Barbecue. This man, he goes, what do you think about the Memphis Hunt and Polo Club? And I was like, I guess that sounds like a plan. It's like, sounds good. So I'm gonna have to like dress up in a full suit next Thursday to go to lunch with this guy. And I'm gonna drive up in a Prius to the Memphis Hunt and Polo Club to go eat lunch with this man who's gotta be worth bajillions of dollars, which doesn't matter. That's
Yeah,
not
if
why
you're
I'm
part
doing
of a
it.
hunt and polo club, you're for sure worth a
The
bajillion dollars.
If you go to the Hunt and Polo Club website for Memphis, it is literally a picture and it just says member login. Nothing else. I don't know what they do there. I don't know what.
I think
Like,
you're gonna
I'm
get
either
inducted into like a secret society for sure.
that or I'm gonna walk out spending $100 on my lunch and my wife is gonna beat me senseless, which
Yeah.
would be deserved. But I better yeah. So anyways, going out to lunch with old men. You should try it sometime. Give you a
I will.
review in 2 weeks.
All right.
Next
I've had lunch
Thursday.
with a beloved old man, Terry Smith, a few
There
times.
you go. There you
A1
go.
of
Yes.
old men for sure.
It-
Anyways, let's call this. I'm sure nobody cares, but I really enjoyed that last segment there. Stay for the C block because that's when all the best stories come out
That's
about
right.
Dan wrangling old men. Take that out of the context. This has been episode 164 of the Still Drippin' Happy Hour. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we truly appreciate that. Well, I'm going to skip what we learned tonight because we learned a lot. We learned a whole lot. We got some new segments in, and Dan's going to have to be part of the pod going forward because he's got his own segment now. So
That's right.
that's how we do it here. Anyways, we're going to be signing off. We'll see if Dan wants to give us a little song and dance here, and we'll see you all next week. Peace.
The more men you wrangle, the more you'll learn. Wrangle old men. Giddy up.
I feel like Wrangler Jeans needs to sponsor this podcast now. Peace.
Yeah, we need some wranglers in the upper hill.